Recently, the AJ and the City Council took a tour of the Auditorium and Coliseum, and they kind of showed off what was going on and kind of made the case of why you should vote one way or another on the upcoming election. The question is, do you trust the City Council? I'm Matt Martin, and I'm on 95.1 FM, 790 AM KFYO mornings from 6 to 8:30 a.m. Also, you can catch me on Twitter at Matt Martin Radio. Now, this tour is interesting to me because they went through and they showed all the problems with the Auditorium and Coliseum. They showed the cracks, they showed the unupdated back rooms, they showed the dressing rooms, the pipes, everything that needs fixed. They said it's going to cost about $15 million to just upgrade it to the point where people may want to use it. And then they made the argument that even if we fixed it up, we may still not be able to put people in here. Now, some of that's because we have the Buddy Holly Performing Arts Center coming in, and that, of course, is going to make the auditorium somewhat obsolete. But a lot of people want to know, well, what about dirt events? What about the big events that we want to bring in? Where are we going to go from there? Is the city of Lubbock going to want to build another building for that, or do they have other ideas? And so far, the city has not come up with a plan. The reason why I ask, do we trust the city council? Even if they built a building, would we be looking at the exact same problems in the future? Would they be willing to take care of the building? And I'm going to tell you, I don't trust the city council. I trust one or two people on the council. I might trust my councilman, but I do not trust the city council as a whole. They've got a horrible, horrible track record as far as taking care of city buildings. They've got a horrible track record as far as doing what needs to be done to make sure that things last a long time. I don't want to be spending tax money on another building. I don't want to have to put tax money, your money, into building another Coliseum type building or another indoor dirt event center. It's time for, if the city council, if the city of Lubbock decides they do not want the Coliseum and they don't want the auditorium anymore, they need to expect it to be torn down. But they need to understand, the city council, anything that they take over as far as buildings are concerned, as far as their track record, it's not going to be good in 25 years, 50 years. It's not going to be usable anymore. They're going to want you to build another one at that point. Does that worry me about the Citizens Tower? Absolutely. We're talking about, if you look at Citizens Tower right now, it's completely gutted out. There's nothing but the concrete left. And we're going to rebuild that. They're going to spend massive amounts of money getting it up to code, getting it set up the way they need to do it. I think $65+ million, right around $65 million is what they're looking at. Do we trust Lubbock to upkeep that building? I don't. At this point, I want to see them take care of what they have and actually keep things running, keep things working. I mean, look at the Go-To-Key library. Look at other things like that they've had to completely get rid of. I do not trust them. I don't know whether we should get rid of the buildings we have or not, but I do know I don't trust them with any other buildings. So let's see a plan from Lubbock. Are they getting out of this altogether? Are they trying to build something else? What is it that they're looking at before? And I want to know this before I go and vote on whether to get rid of these buildings. And in the end, I still don't trust them to do the right thing. And that's what worries me. I feel like you're between a rock and a hard place as far as the auditorium and the Coliseum. I feel like this is a no-win situation just because of the Lubbock city government and how I do not trust them at this time. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we'll get the right people in place. Maybe we'll get city councilmen in there that, or as a whole council, again, I trust some of them, but as a whole council where we can actually trust them to take care of what they have. But at this time, I do not. If you want to read more or actually see the tour itself, I put a link to the AJ and that article in the description below. Go ahead and check that out. Also, I'm just going to invite you to subscribe to KFYO. So that way you get updates, you get sent information whenever we do make a video. Also, check out some of our other videos. We actually have a lot of great interviews on the YouTube channel. I'm Matt Martin, again with 95.1 FM, 790 AM KFYO. I hope you check us out mornings with Dave King and Matt Martin.